Creating your own WordPress theme from scratch used to involve writing complex code or hiring theme developers to make a theme for you. Thanks to new and easy to use WordPress theme generators, anyone can create a custom WordPress theme without writing any code. This video will show you how to create a custom theme in WordPress step by step. So the first step, step one, is to install and activate SeedProd. So right now I have WordPress installed and it's just the default installation of WordPress. You can come over to seedprod.com or click the link in the description below. Let's go ahead and click on Get SeedProd. Now select the account that makes the most sense for you. You need an account that includes the theme builder, so make sure you select the right one. Once we have an account, let's go ahead and click on Login. On the left-hand side, let's enter the email address, password, and click on Login. Next, let's go ahead and click on the Downloads tab. It's the second from the left here. And I'll click on the orange button here to download SeedProd. Next, we also need the license key here in the bottom left-hand corner. You can click that icon there to copy that to clipboard. And we can go ahead and close this tab. Next, back in WordPress here, let's come over to the left-hand side under Plugins and Add New, and click on Upload Plugin. Here, you can click Choose File to select that zip file that you just downloaded from your hard drive, or if you're using the same browser or similar, you can click here and drag it and drop it right on the button. Let's go ahead and click on Install Now and click on Activate the plugin. Next, SeedProd will ask you for your license key. Let's go ahead and paste that right here and click Verify Key. If everything went well, you should see a green success message in the top right corner. Let's go ahead and close this tab at the bottom if you're using the same browser. So now we can see SeedProd in the left-hand sidebar here. We have Theme Builder. Let's go ahead and click on this. And this is where you can create a template hierarchy for your WordPress theme. In other words, it's where you can create all the individual parts that make up your theme, such as the header, footer, single post, single page, archive, homepage, and sidebar. You can create each one of these theme parts individually by clicking the Add New Theme template right here. But if that sounds too overwhelming for your first try, there's another way you can create your theme. You can use SeedProd's pre-made theme templates to quickly create the basic framework for your theme and customize them to suit your design needs without any code. So that brings us to step two, which is to choose a theme template. Let's go ahead and click on Themes right here. So at the time of this video, here are the themes that are included. We have a starter theme. There's a WooCommerce starter theme here. To choose a theme template for your website, hover your mouse over the thumbnail and click the check mark icon here. For this tutorial, we'll use the SeedProd starter theme. That's this one right here. Let's go ahead and click on the check mark. So after choosing your template, SeedProd creates all the parts that make up your theme automatically. If there's a specific feature you don't wish to show on your website, you can click the toggle under the Publish heading and turn that theme part off. So for example, if you don't want to blog or you don't need certain parts, you can just click this to unpublish that. I'm just going to leave these all published for now. Great, so now that we imported a pre-made theme, let's move to step three, which is customizing your WordPress theme parts. So with the basic building blocks of your theme in place, it's now time to start editing each theme section to create a truly custom WordPress theme for your site. To edit any theme section, hover over it and click the Edit Design link. So we'll start by editing the header and then the footer. So right here under header, we have Edit Design. Let's go ahead and click on this little link right here. Next, this will open up the visual drag and drop builder for SeedProd, and you can customize your theme's header on the screen by simply pointing and clicking. So if you see, if I hover over different sections, the purple is a section, the blue is a row, the orange is a block. And blocks can be found on the left-hand side here, and these are drag and drop. So for example, if you want a headline, you can just drag that right into your page, and now you have a headline that you can fully customize. Every block has a little settings here, so you can click here to modify it on the left-hand side. So when I click on this, the options will change for that specific block. So this one is a headline, so I have the text for that headline that I can change, and then some styling and different advanced options here. You can also delete this if you like by clicking the trash can to remove that. You'll notice since this is a logo right here that it has different options than the headline, and that's true for all of the different blocks. And we have many different standard blocks: buttons, image, video. We have advanced, giveaways, opt-in forms, nav menus, everything here that can help you create an amazing website. So this theme comes with two columns here at the top. So we have the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So on the right-hand side here, we can see it says there are no navigation menus in your site, and that's because we set up a brand new WordPress website. You might already have menus set up on your website. So when we select this, you'll see on the left-hand side, we have menu type, and we have simple, and currently it's selected under WordPress menu. We can select simple, and then you can put your own items in here. So for example, I could click on this one and add the first one, click on it, and I could update this to maybe just say home, and then just link this back to the front page. Of course, you can set up your own WordPress menus if you like. Add another one, you can duplicate this one, or you can add a new item here and do the same thing. You can also change the font size, the spacing, a divider. So if you want, for example, a divider in between these, you can do so. You can change the alignment, And there's some advanced options here for color, typography, etc. You can click on the image here to change your logo. So here it is here. You can delete this one and then you can upload your own, or you could use a stock image if you like, but for your logo, you'd probably use your own. And then you just select that file from your hard drive. So there I just uploaded the SeedProd logo. We'll select that. And down here we have the image size. So we can make this either by pixels or by percentage. I'll use pixels and I'll take this down. Maybe we'll say 75 or even 50. That looks good. We could also change the background here if we like. On the purple section, we can select this. You can see it's a little bit of a light gray already. And that's just changed right here under the background settings. You can open this to pick any color that we wish. There we go. I just selected this kind of light pink purple color here. You can also add a background image if you wanted to put one behind here, and the different section width here. So we could do a fixed width and then center this if we liked. I'm just going to leave this full screen for now. Under the advanced tab, we have the background color again. We have a shadow that you could add. So you could do a large. You can see that shadow was added right here. So let's just do maybe a hairline, just a little bit of a shadow here. We have spacing, attributes, position, device visibility. This is for mobile design. So you could hide this header on desktop or on mobile and create two separate headers if you wish that will display on different devices. We also have the border if you want to add different border styles, color, and width. Once you're happy with everything, let's go ahead and save this right here. And we can click the X to close this and come back to our theme builder page. We open up our front page here. We'll see that we don't actually see anything yet. And the reason is because we haven't toggled the SeedProd theme on right here. So right now it's off. If you have an active website, you want to be careful with this. You'd probably want to develop your website first before putting it live. For me, this is a fresh install of WordPress, so it doesn't matter to me. When you enable this, you'll see a message here, and this is just telling you that it's setting your home and blog pages and that they're going to be set in the WordPress settings. So let's just click OK and OK. And we'll refresh. So all that did was create a home page for us, and then it set it as our main page. And the same thing for our blog page. It set this as our default blog. And there you go. You can see that the theme is active on our front page here. Now, if there's something you don't like, for example, the background color here, you can click on Edit Page when you're on a page. And then you'll see this button here, Edit with SeedProd. Now this took us to the main page, and you'll see that the header is actually in green, and this means it's a header template. And now we're editing the front page here, and this also included the footer as well. You could hide this if you don't want to see it while you're developing this page, or if you want, you can click on it, and this will take you to that specific template part. Now this is back where we started earlier. Let's click on the background, and we'll change this back to, say, a light gray, and we'll come back and hit Save and Close. And there you go. You can see the updated changes. Next, let's come down and do the footer quick. You can hit Edit Design under the footer, and then just make any changes that you want to here. I'll just keep this simple by going under standard blocks and adding an image here, and I'll just add my logo again. And here we'll make this quite small. I'll just align this to the left, and if you want, you could actually link this to wherever you want. I'll just link it back to the home page. There we go. I'll save that and close. If we refresh, we have our custom header that you could change to however you wish, as well as our footer that we just easily updated. Next, if you want to edit your homepage, we have the homepage template part here. You can edit design. So the starter theme template has all the features that most business websites need, including a hero area, client logos, features, testimonials, and an FAQ section. So we can see that at the bottom as well. Right here, there's testimonials, different features, client logos, etc. Just like the header, you can customize every inch to make it unique. So let's start by changing the hero area. So this specific section has a 2-column layout here that we can see. We have an image, we have a header, some text, and a button. To change the default image, simply click on it, and we can upload a new image here as you did with the logo. And you can also edit the headline and description by clicking each block and replacing the contents with your custom text. So first, let's do this, and we'll use a stock image here. And let's put something in for web development. I'll just put in maybe website and see what that brings up. Then you can find a picture that you like and just click on it, and that'll import it into your design. On the left-hand side, again, you still have some features that you can use to change it. We have templates here. So if you want to click on one, it'll instantly add that design from that template. So you can see a little drop shadow there. If I come under advanced, you can add different shadow, border, spacing, attributes, and device visibility. Let's come under image, border, and I'll just turn this back into a rounded corners image. Next, I'll click on the headline here, and we can just update the text. And I'll say drag and drop WordPress website builder. Now that's obviously a little bit too big, so let's modify this a bit to fit in there. Maybe right around here. Next, we can update the text here by just clicking on this. And you can input any text that you wish that makes sense for your website. And then our button here as well. So we can click on this, and we can change this text to whatever we wish. In the little text editor here, you can also select pieces of text and you can bold, italicize, do different things here. So I'll bold SeedProd here and you can see how that stands out a little. Now, if you want to add anything to this design, we can come back to our blocks by clicking the icon. And then on the left-hand side, you have all of these different options. So for example, I could add some social profiles here, or maybe a countdown if you have a certain sale that you want to show. Let's go ahead and add maybe some profiles here and a click here. And we can just align these to the left and you can change the size here. Maybe you want smaller ones or larger ones, whatever makes sense for you. Now you can change which icons you have here. You can add a new share if you like. So maybe you don't have Instagram, so you could delete that one if you like. And you have different styles here. So you have stacked, or you can use the default. And we have templates here. So different styles that they look like. So you could use something minimal maybe that fits your design, whatever works for you. Lots of different styles here. Under advanced, we have different styles. The icon color, you can customize just about everything. We have the space between here if you want to space them out a little bit. We also have spacing here, so you can add some margin around them or some padding. For example, if I put 10 around them, you can see that adds some padding here, or 20. And now you would just follow this process for customizing the rest of your homepage until it reflects your business. For example, you can add information about your company's services or highlight your product features in the features section. So here you could modify different features that you offer, and you could update the text easily by clicking on one of these. You can update the icon. This is an icon box block. So for the block text, you have your headline and you can change that right here. Then you have the normal text underneath that, which you can update right here. Then again, you still have some advanced options here to create different styles for this. Then you can use SeedProd's built-in testimonials block here to add positive and social proof from your existing clients and customers. So for example, this is a testimonial block here, and you can just click on the name. And you can update the text, change the picture of the person, add their name and their title. You could also change the background color like we showed before. So maybe you want something a little bit different that pops out a bit for this specific section. You'll do a light beige there, just to add a little bit of color. You could also do that individually for each column here if you wish. You can see how there's a light color there. We could change that if we like. And then at the bottom, we have the FAQ section. So again, you just click here. You can change your questions by clicking on one. Here's the question and then the text that's in there. You can create new sections easily by hitting the plus section here under each section. So if you want one here, hit plus. And we have the option here for adding columns. So I can click here. And how many columns do you want? Maybe you just want 2 columns. And then depending on what you want to display here, you can show anything that you wish. You could drag an image here on the left-hand side. And maybe you want header and maybe a little bit of text. And then you can create a custom section here. You can change the background easily. And there, in seconds or minutes, you have a brand new section on your website. If you don't like it, no problem. You just simply delete this. And after you're done customizing your homepage, you can click the mobile preview icon here on the bottom left-hand corner. And this will show us the mobile design. Now, if anything doesn't look right, you can move things around until your mobile screen offers a good user experience. When you're happy with how your homepage looks, click the Save button and return to the theme builder. Great, so next, chances are you'll want to include a custom page for blog posts in your new WordPress theme. The good news is SeedProd has a theme part you can customize specifically for that purpose. And that part is right here called Blog Index, Archives, and Search. It lets you tailor your blog post page, post archives, and search results page to match the rest of your website's branding. So before we do this, I'm just going to quickly add a few test posts just so we have something to work with here. So there we go. I just added 3 quick posts here. So if I click on one, you'll see that I just added a title, a little bit of text, and then a featured image for each one. And I just got these from the actual SeedProd blog, which is an excellent blog if you want to check it out to learn all about SeedProd and how to improve your small business online. Let's come back to SeedProd and go to the theme builder and click on Edit Design for the blog index, archives, and search. On the top left here, you'll see template tags. And on this page, the starter theme uses template tags to pull dynamic information from WordPress, including the archive title and posts. When you click either of these blocks, you'll see their settings in the left-hand panel. So for example, here are the posts. And now we have all of the different options for post query. So here we have the query type, which is just the default. We can create a custom one where we can select all of the different options for what kind of posts we want to display. So maybe you have specific categories that you want to show only. So for example, here by category, I only want to show uncategorized, but you could break down different sections of your website by category, and then you could create a custom page for each one and then assign it on the template page here. Down here, we have the layout, so you can change how many columns you want, any pagination, if you want to show the featured image. So let's go ahead and turn that on so we can see. That's a little bit easier to see each post. For the columns, let's put this up. Maybe we can put 3 side by side. Now that doesn't look very good. It looks a little squished, so let's do maybe just 2. Here we have the show title, so we could hide that if we want. You could just maybe show the featured image. And we have the title tag. Right now it's an H2. Here we have the show meta, which is the information on the post, such as the author and the date. I'm going to turn that off for this example. And you have the excerpts. This is the text right here for each blog post. So you could hide that as well if you like. You also have the excerpt length, so you could make that longer or shorter. And you have a read more link here that you could change the text for or hide it completely if you like. At the top, we also have advanced options here for the post. So different padding, background color, post, shadow, spacing. We also have the text that you could change. The image, border, spacing. So for example, let's come under the image and you could do something maybe with the border radius. So maybe 25, and you can see we have that same kind of idea that we had on the front page with the curved images. Now I find the header text here a little bit too big for each post. So let's come over to the text and we have title typography here. Let's click edit and we have the font size. So here you can control how big or small you want this to be. I think somewhere maybe around 20 is a little bit better looking for this page. And of course you can change the color and the excerpt color and the read more as well. And if I come back and change that to say 3 columns, you can see that looks a little bit better now because the text is a little bit smaller. Or if you like, you could change that back down to just 1 each, which I think that looks great as well. On the right hand side, we have our sidebar. So you could modify this or completely hide it if you wish, if you don't want to have a sidebar at all. Once you're happy with your page and you made all of your changes, you can go ahead and save this. So now if we check out our website here, we have our finished front page here and we have the blog section as well. And this is customized for each post here. Now, if we click on this, we still have the blog post itself. So here we can customize this page as well. Let's come back to the theme builder and we can find this under single post. So here we can click edit design. And here we have the options to modify it with the drag and drop builder in SeedProd. I'm going to remove this text up top just so we're showing the blog post first. We also have some spacing up here we can get rid of. For the image, I'm just going to select this and we can go under advanced. Again, I'm just going to add that border radius here. So we'll add a little bit of curvature around that. You can change the headline size or the color or anything you wish. I'm going to leave this alone. You also have the meta information here. You have the author, the date. You can add other items here as well if you like. So we have different options for author, date, modified date, modified time, comments, and terms. So for example, you could show how many comments are on this blog post. You also have some layout settings here for the alignment, the space between the divider, text and color, and advanced options here as well. Down below, we have the main content of your blog post here, and it uses a little tag, SeedProd tag equals the content. This is part of the WordPress loop if you understand that part of it. If not, it's not a big deal. You can just click here to modify the settings. So you can change the alignment. You have the font size, so maybe you want the text a little bit bigger to be easier to read. You can come under advanced here for typography, color, text shadow, spacing, attributes, and device visibility. Down here we have an author box, so maybe you don't want to show this. We could close this. And we have comments, so this is optional as well. Maybe I don't want comments on my post. This here will link to the previous or next post down here. I'm just going to keep this clean and remove all of this. There's also a spacer here that I don't need. And great, that looks good. What I do want to show maybe is a divider at the bottom, and maybe we could show some related posts. So I'll click this. I'll make the width of this kind of smaller, and I'll just change the color to maybe a light gray. And you can change the height of that if you like. I'm just going to leave that to 1. Under advanced spacing, I'm going to change the padding here on the top. Let's add maybe 50, and on the bottom maybe 50. That adds a little bit of space here. Next, let's come back to the template tags. I'm just going to add posts. Now this is the same post block that we saw previously. So I can just click here and we can do a custom one if we want, or we can just use the default loop. I'll do 3 columns here and I'll show the featured image, but I won't show the excerpt here, and I'll get rid of the read more. So this is kind of after they read the article, they have related posts or more content that they can look at and click through if they're interested. Once you're happy with everything, let's go ahead and save this and exit out back to the theme builder. Now the last part that we can look at is the sidebar. This is actually a template part. So here we can edit the design, and this will just be included inside of any theme parts. So this is displaying on the blog post page and the single post as well. So for example, if I just change the section background to maybe a light gray here, then we can go ahead and save this. So just as an example, we can see where this appears. We'll come back to our front page and we have the blog post page, and you can see we have that background now on the sidebar. And if we click through on a post, we can see that same sidebar here with that same background change. So this is a template part that is included in these pages. So you only have to edit it in one spot and it'll modify it across the whole website wherever you're using it. The last thing I want to mention is the global CSS. Let's come down and click on edit design. And here you'll see some sample text and buttons and lists and forms. And on the left-hand side, you'll see all the options to change everything on the right-hand side. Now this is just example content on the right-hand side. You don't actually see this page anywhere on your website. It's just for you to play around with the color scheme so that you can modify modify whatever you wish. So for the colors, you can modify the headers, text, buttons, links, background, or you have color palettes here if you just want to quickly update the colors immediately. Keep in mind that if you change the color on a block level, so for example, if I made this red on this header, that would override whatever you set in the global CSS. So under fonts, we have all of the font options for the headers, all of the H1 to H6, body text, and links. Same with the background options. We have button options, form options, layout options here for the row default max width. So that would be the width of your website. So for example, if I bring this down, you can see that that would get quite narrow, or higher where it gets wider. And we have some custom CSS here that you can edit as well or add. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and save. And there you go. Congratulations. You now know how to create a custom WordPress theme without code. With SeedProd's easy and powerful WordPress theme builder, you won't need any technical experience, WordPress developers, or a massive budget to create a custom WordPress theme. The power and functionality are right in your hands the moment you install the plugin. Now that you know how to create a custom WordPress theme without code, maybe you would like to check out this video on how to create a Disney Plus website clone. This will help you learn more of the basics of creating beautiful websites with SeedProd. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.